Welcome back to another episode of the
pod.
Little basement boys.
Look at that nasty energy.
Come on, man. Give me some more energy.
The basement boys. Sing it for me.
Should have been asked. I'm telling
Shut
you.
up.
So talking about that one, episode 41. What you got for me?
A Dirk Nowitzki episode.
Little one-legged jumper.
The fadeaway pioneer.
LeBron's dad for one summer.
Kobe's dead also.
Kobe's dad.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant's dad.
Listen, you gotta knock on doors. You're gonna hear the answers.
Kevin Durant's dead. Dwayne Wade's dead. LeBron's dead. Kobe's dead.
For 1
Tim
year.
Duncan's dead.
For
David
1
Lillard's
year.
dead.
Hey.
Unfortunately, he was getting sunned by everybody else every other year, so it's okay.
Dirk was out for heads that summer.
He sure
Say
was.
whatever you guys
He owed
want.
it. I'm gonna die on this hill. He owed it to his fan.
Listen, he gave him what you wait for. What's the saying? What am I thinking? Those who wait shall receive.
Shall receive, exactly.
There we go.
I've heard it in my life. Okay, we'll run with it.
You can say that about the Knicks fans, and they're gonna keep on waiting.
In 14 years, we're still talking about it, man. Like,
That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a wild run, man.
it was a crazy run.
It was a wild run. Best ever.
Talking about 14 years, how long has it been since the New York Knicks have won a championship?
73,
73.
71.
And go add another number to that,
Yeah.
because
Hey, why you shooting shots at the Knicks, man?
hey, man.
Anything this playoffs taught me, it ain't over till it's over.
Oh,
Honestly, bro.
That mug is over.
that one's over.
Both series are over.
Yeah, kind of sucks, man.
I should have leaned into my Minnesota in 5 pick. My
No,
OKC in 5
Nobody got it
pick.
right, anyways. Everybody got it wrong.
Well,
Nobody-
we picked OKC.
No, I had OKC in almost 5.
Yeah.
And then I switched it to 6.
You
So I
had
got-
I'm talking about the
Minnesota.
Knicks one.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Nobody got it right. Nobody got it right.
You picked the New York Knicks.
I know. But man,
No, in case one day you try to say, man, I
should have stuck with my guns. I should have stuck with my feeling, man.
Yeah, man.
I should have.
I mean, I messed up as well.
And
so.
I will be picking against the Pacers again.
This
But
time, there's not a soul on earth that can convince me otherwise.
yeah, that one. Sorry, I'm willing to be completely wrong.
Yeah,
Hold up. What if they go up 2? What if they go 2-0?
Ooh,
In the end.
I'm still picking OKC, even if
That's
you're
wild.
No,
That's
2-0.
wild
No,
work.
2-0, different story. That would just mean the Pacers are just
Guys,
dumb.
2-0 is like still a 25% chance to win the series. It ain't like it's pride.
I know,
There's a lot of teams
but
that have.
What is it in the finals, though? What's the record? What's the...
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know D Wade did it.
We had an
That's the last I can
interesting, 10 days since our last episode. We got some series are already over. We're in 3-1 in both the Knicks series and the OKC series.
Went on vacation for 4 or 5 days, came back, legacies falling apart, left, right, and center.
Face of the
Honestly.
league, free
It's
throw
just-
merchants, legends falling.
Just falling apart.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Knicks and Pacers. We're going to talk about the Thunder and the Wolves. We're going to sprinkle in all these players, talk about some legacies, talk about who's better, who's not. We got to start having some conversation, boys. We just have to start having some conversations.
We're going to talk about mini Kobe in this series, in this episode.
Mini Kobe? No, I don't follow.
Shay, we're not going to talk about mini Kobe?
No, we're not.
Oh, wow.
We could talk about SGA. We're not going to talk
No,
about
that's mini Kobe, man.
Oh, wow.
No.
Okay.
Well, let's get right into it. Again, some good stuff, boys. I'm actually really excited. Right into it right now, baby. Alrighty, boys. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the good stuff. We're going to start off with Swade's favorite team, the New York Knicks. Oh, the Knicks.
Disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed. Never knew Indy had that in them.
Oh, they had it in them.
I apologize to Haley, man. I was wrong. Everybody else was wrong.
I think everybody was wrong.
You can't
bro.
call him overrated no more.
Who's the players called him overrated, bro? Who was calling him? No, nobody.
We called him overrated.
I don't
I
remember.
called him overrated.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Yeah. You guys agreed, though. Like, you're going to sit there and
I'm
sit
not.
there.
I'm pretty sure we were confused. why
We're-
he was on
we're
the list.
confused
Like,
as-
why Haley?
and I still say it now. Like nobody had before the playoffs. Did anybody have Haliburton as a top 20 player in the league?
No, which is why I was like, he's an
So
overrated
how can you
player.
be? But like,
You can't be overrated if you're.
I don't think people understand. Like sometimes they don't get what the word overrated.
You're 100%
underrated
right.
mean. I think they like
Took me a minute to kinda
they
get-
overthink it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're not
was,
rated high, you can't be overrated.
That was the players. I don't like this guy. He's kind of corny. He talks a lot of crap.
Maybe his dad has something to do with it.
Maybe, but I've never even heard of his dad before. What happened?
Where
in the Bucks
Giannis
series.
almost broke him in half.
Yeah, I mean,
His wife had to tell him, please.
yeah. Please don't.
Please leave him
Please
alone.
don't. Please don't.
Huh?
He's back. I think
He's-
yeah.
Way up there,
Yeah,
but
I
he's
know.
back.
Fun series. You know what's funny about the Pacers and the Knicks series? And I think we all need to learn a lesson from this. Sometimes we take so much from the series before that we don't ever we don't think that, okay, this is two new teams playing each other, right? So as soon as the Knicks beat Boston, we didn't even give the Pacers a chance. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a whole different matchup, whole different team, right? So something that we got to start doing more, fans altogether. Because I don't think, bro, real talk, not a lot of people had the Pacers winning this series. And if they did, they didn't have them doing it the way they're doing it, bro. Like, this is damn near a sweep at this point.
Yeah.
Commanding fashion.
I think the Knicks got exposed.
They definitely do, because I still think the Knicks have more talent than Indiana does. But obviously,
Absolutely.
that didn't matter. So,
I just think the Pacers are just down.
they're a better team.
They're just so much better, bro.
They're a better basketball team. They're a better, basketball
They're
team
just so
than
much
the
better.
Knicks.
You know, I was
Siakam came to play. Siakam.
And
Definitely.
listen, I still think he has an argument of being arguably the best player on that team, bro.
Siakam?
Arguably, bro.
Why not?
So do you want
It's
to
Haley,
know?
but like there's
I
an
know.
argument you can make for it.
You know what's crazy about bringing up Siakam? If you had to list like who I trust in the playoffs the most, it would go Brunson, Haliburton, then Siakam, then Cat.
I could see that.
Siakam's more experienced than all of them.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he's-
this is Siakam's second.
He has a ring.
This is second time, and he was a big factor in that Raptors
Absolutely.
He was a
series.
huge
So
factor, yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, if Siakam's more trustworthy than Cat, and sometimes Siakam plays like the third best player on the Pacers, just depending on who's hot that night. Like, yeah, man, you gotta, yeah, it's gonna be a problem for the Knicks, man. But no, the Knicks got exposed, man. They got exposed, and not gonna lie, I was there to see it.
I'm a little disappointed in Brunson too, though. I'm very disappointed in Brunson, not a little bit. Certain points in the game where you expect your best player to, start controlling pace a little bit, start taking control of tempo. It just felt like he was going through the motion. It felt like pace was dictated to him instead of him. Haley dictated pace.
Yes,
Brunson played with whatever pace came,
Yes.
and that I don't like.
But to
from
be
my
honest
best
with you,
player.
Brunson's always been like that, though. He's not a guy
But
that
that's the problem.
Yeah,
though.
I
That's the
would
issue.
say that it's time for the Knicks to look at Tibbs, man. Tibbs is, listen, man, one of the best defensive coaches in the league, but his offensive strategy is, Brunson, I'm gonna give you about 16 picks. You hold the ball for 18 seconds and get a good shot off. Like, they have too many like weapons out there not to have a better offensive team. Because, man, they every person in their starting lineup is a threat offensively.
Yeah, they have more talent than Indiana.
Yeah,
does.
they
definitely
do.
have more talent. Than
They
A lot
Indiana.
of
do.
talent.
Well, look at Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle coached in the early 2000s when the game was slower than a turtle. And he has a guy like Haliburton, and what does he do? He leans into what Haliburton is good at. Run. Tibbs got absolutely outcoached in this series, and it wasn't even close, man.
Can we talk about Rick Carlisle, though? Two of the most improbable runs in NBA history. That
The
Dallas
Dirk one,
won
yeah,
in
and this
2011 they won the chip, and now taking this Indiana team to the East Conference Finals, to the finals.
To the
now, I mean,
finals.
NBA Finals. Gotta be, again, it feels to me like it's the Oklahoma City Invitational, but still, I mean, it's the NBA Finals.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. I did want to talk about something, though. This is something that this series really opened up my eyes on something. So I don't believe that a team needs a big three to be like competitive and successful anymore. But at least one of your two best players has to be a two-way player. And the New York Knicks are the prime example of that. Because look at it. Brunson can't play liquid defense, and neither can Cat, right? And every single time down, those two guys are getting sought out on defense. Every other team that's in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals, their two best players, at least one of them are good two-way. You just can't get away with not being at least one of your two best players being at least a two-way player.
Yeah.
And that's not like a hot take or anything like that, but the Knicks are going to run into the same exact problem every single year.
You know, that's been like that since like
forever.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, and the Knicks are going to have to really just understand that at this point. The Knicks are going to run into that problem every single year moving forward. And I'm officially done with Cat. You guys will not be able to convince me that Cat could be the second best player on a serious team. I promise you, because the East is only going to get harder. Believe it or not, guys, it was a down year for the East. Giannis is going to come back stronger. I promise you that. Boston, if they get healthy, they're going to come back stronger.
You mean Cleveland?
Embiid,
Philly's going to. It's only going to get harder and harder. If you really think about it, this was the year for the Knicks to make the finals. It ain't going to happen next year. I promise you. I'm willing to say it right now on camera. It's not going to happen for the Knicks. Not with this team. Sorry.
Yep.
It's just not going to happen, man. Can't convince me.
We've also been wrong a lot, all of us.
I'm willing to be wrong about this. I'm willing to be wrong about this one, man.
Well, honestly, looking at how these playoffs are going, we honestly do not know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell.
But we know the formula, though.
Do we?
Yeah, we know the formula. Again,
we didn't know it before this playoffs taught us the formula.
Yeah, like I feel like we know. Again, I feel like we fell in love with the Knicks and what they did against Boston, but
the Knicks should have won the series.
I disagree with you.
Disappointing. They should have won the series.
I'm not going to lie to you. I disagree
with you.
The
team with more talent should win the series.
Honestly.
They definitely should.
And the team that had the best players should win the series.
Yeah. This team should have won this. They should have won this.
Or at least you should have gone to 7.
In the grand scheme of things, if you put Cat and Siakam up for a draft, most GMs are going to take Cat too.
Oh, I'm taking Cat.
So,
but in a playoff series, though, I'm taking Siakam.
Now that we're seeing it play out, yeah. But I'm saying entering the series, though, nobody thought that. We were legitimately thought like, yeah, bro. And then you have also guys like OG and Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges was a 20-point two-way player on his own team. Like, yeah, man, you should have won the series. You're supposed to win the series.
I truly believe. Yeah, no. When you just look at teams on paper,
disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a disappointment.
This team just beat Boston basically in 5.
Yeah.
Boston, healthy, mostly healthy, in 5, basically. Wasn't for that shitter in Boston.
That one game.
Yep.
And that was like an emotional thing because Tatum got hurt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really believe if Tatum was playing that, they would have lost in 5.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
They beat the reigning champion 5 games, and then they have the better team on paper.
Well, man, you got to give some
team
credit.
that everybody was scared of.
But you got to give credit to the Pacers, though, man. These teams went healthy up against each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Think about the Pacers have only lost 3 games in the playoffs.
Who'd they beat?
Who'd they beat?
They beat.
Listen, they beat a Giannis who's putting up 40, 10 10. Now, Kyle Kuzma was the second best player. Then they went up against Cleveland. They destroyed them. Players. They were injured, but even when they weren't injured, though, I mean, like they were destroyed. It was 2 games. 2 games, and they destroyed them. And then put all that to the side. The Knicks came in healthy. The Pacers came in healthy.
I'm not discrediting them at all. This run is crazy.
Well, the good news is they're going to get 4 more losses here in the next series. So
you get to sweep with them and
no.
OKC?
5. I think it's 5.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, let's do a quick preview of that series real quickly. And I've been thinking about it. OKC, Pacers, the only way the Pacers are even going to have a smidget of a chance is if they find a way to contain J-Dub and Chet. Because, guys, let's just put it like this, man. SGA is gonna go out there, probably give you 32, 8, and like 5 in that series on like 50% shooting. Mark it, maybe more. Like just
with 13 free throws.
Yeah, like just mark it from right now. But in every game that the Thunder usually lose, though, it's usually when J-Dub is struggling. So if they find a way to contain J-Dub and contain Chet, they have a chance. But I just don't know how they're going to score in the half court. Because the Knicks have good half court defense, and the Pacers struggled against they struggled against the Knicks in the half court. Now, up like 2 more notches with the OKC. They got guards for days to defend.
And they play at a high pace.
Yep. So if they want to run,
I'm saying.
Yeah, they could run with the Pacers.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm willing to be 100% wrong about this one. I won't go 4 though.
I said 5.
Yeah.
5?
I think Indiana will get one in Indiana, but I think it's 5.
No, I think
five,
Indiana gets
5 or
one
6.
on the road. They're a better road team.
I think they get one in Indiana and their arena. It's going to be loud. It's going to be emotional. I think they get one in Indiana, but I think it's a 5-er.
5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
I'm cool with 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I will say this though. if OKC messes around and loses that series, that would be one of the biggest letdowns
Blunders.
of like the last 10 years.
Yeah. Just LeBron's in 2011.
Yeah.
This would be the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah. They better win. We'll be talking about a huge choke job if they didn't win this series. Obviously, unless there's injuries involved or anything like that. No injuries.
Hopefully there isn't.
Hopefully no.
Yeah, no.
I want
Hopefully,
to watch a good series.
Yeah. I mean, OKC could bench their starters the rest of the series and slow in the series. Up 3-1.
Oh, up 3-1. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheer for the underdog. Like I'm not outwardly. I'm just gonna. I haven't been cheering for any team in like the playoffs except for the Lakers, but it'd be cool to see like a under like the Pacers have been cool as an underdog story. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They have been very super cool.
It's cool, man.
Most underdog stories, unfortunately, they come to an end though.
When they meet a big dog, yeah. When they meet a big
run
dog,
into the biggest dog in the league. So, unfortunately,
I feel like stories wise, you know, the Pacers and the Knicks, we probably didn't have a ton of like real stories. I want to go over to the Thunder versus the Wolves. So I feel like we have two of the most exciting players playing on that team. There's not much to talk about on a series competitive wise. The Wolves got belt ass.
Absolutely.
That one you were wrong about. You've been right about a lot. That one
Yes.
you were wrong about. I want to talk about SGA. Right? Do you guys have a problem with SGA being a free throw merchant?
No.
no, I don't at all because he's a 30-point scorer and he does it efficiently. And every 30-point scorer that's ever existed has been at the free throw line double-digit times while they were scoring 30. This is a very, very normal thing. When you average 30, you're going to go to the line 10 times. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So just to show you guys what I mean real quick. It's a pot. I'm going to take my time with it.
Take your time, baby.
These are the 3 best scoring years for every single one of these guys. I decided to take the best scorers in our lifetime and mix up eras. So I can see different eras, so it's not just pinpointing one. Mike from 87 to 89 averaged 34.9 points a game for 3 years. Took 10.7 free throws a game in that 3-year span, shot 59%. Kobe from 06 to 08 averaged 31.7, took 9.7 free throw attempts, shot 57%. Bron from 06 to 08, 29.6 points per game, 9.9 free throw attempts a game at 56%. KD, 29.5, 9 free throws a game, 63%. AI, 30.2 for AI for 3 years.
Wow.
9.6 free throw attempts, 50%. These are true shooting percentages. That means everything combined. Shea from 2023 to 2025, 31.4 points per game, 63% true shooting percentage. He's the most efficient one outside of Kevin Durant. Him and Kevin Durant are tied for one. 9.4 free throw attempts. So from that list of guys, their 3 best scoring year stretches, he's taken the second least amount of free throws. When you score 30, people are going to foul you. When you operate in the areas of the court that Shea operates in, which is mostly the paint, which is mostly around the mid-range, and people don't know how to defend you because his pump fake is also elite, you're going to get fouled. Is he looking for fouls sometimes? Absolutely he is.
Who didn't?
Did Michael? Yes. Did AI? Yes. Did Kobe? Yes. Did Bron and KD? Absolutely, bro. KD was notorious for the swing around the arm.
They had
He was
changed that
notorious
freaking
for it,
rule.
bro. Yes, you're going to get fouled when you're that elite of a scorer. And this 3-year stretch is one of the best ever. So you're going to get to the free throw line, bro.
I also say you can't average 32 all at the free throw line.
Impossible.
Why would anybody have a problem with it though? I don't
Because
There's some bad ones. Like there's some, just like with any free throw, I could show you some pump fakes that Kobe was doing and
they're leading into
flopping.
the defender.
There's
and
some
then
bad ones.
Okay.
And then, if you're not a fan of OKC, yeah, you're not going to like it. I mean, do you remember what we used to say about James Harden? But this is at this is like a way
less level.
Way. I knew James Harden was good. I just couldn't stand to watch him.
play,
yes.
It wasn't fun. I swear it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But listen, the great thing about watching SGA is I'm able to watch SGA with a clear lens. Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Bro, if you guys have the NBA Or the players have a problem? Do they have a problem with it? Do you like?
I think it's fans more than I'm sure. There's players that feel a type of way about it. That stems from envy and jealousy. But I think it's with Shea. It's a little bit deeper. I think it's a deeper problem that we have as fans. It's hard for us to give up stuff. When we think of something about a guy, it's hard to give it up. Like I've said this now for like a couple of weeks, and you get irritated every time I say it. Maybe it's a joke when you get irritated. I don't know, but I really truly believe this is mini Kobe. Like SJ is mini Kobe, and when I say that, I mean it's a guy who's a 30-point per game, 7 and 6 two-way scorer, or two-way player. Sorry, who can score at 3 levels. And he's taking his team to the NBA Finals and looks like he's going to win a championship without a super team. And he's beat balanced teams along the way. And he didn't jump from team to team like you guys got on LeBron for doing. And it was kind of homegrown, his situation. Name me the other guard that averaged 37 and 6 and won an NBA championship as the man on his team since Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Like, who is it? Tell me who would. I know it's uncomfortable to hear. I understand that it's uncomfortable to hear. But I did see him, and me and you disagree about the series. We're going to agree to disagree. But I watched that series, every game, every dribble. And I saw the box score. I saw the results. He thoroughly outplayed Jokic in that series. And when it mattered most in the fourth quarter, again, why I say mini Kobe, mini Mike, he has the second most fourth quarter points in this playoff run. Because he's a closer. Because he's a clutch player. Because he's damn near unstoppable. 33 damn near points a game for 3 years, a span of 3 years or 32, whatever it is unstoppable, bro.
Wild.
At 63% true shooting percentage.
1,000%.
Like, to me, again, two-way guy, also all around, also beating the shit out of Ant. Say what you want. He's beating the shit out of Ant.
Mopping the floor with him.
It's, bro, like, it's an uncomfortable topic to have. But yeah, man, the only comps for this guy, historically,
That's Kobe.
are Kobe and Mike.
Yeah, the only other guys.
And it's hard. It's hard to grasp.
Yeah.
But he plays the same way they do.
The only guys that ever had like seasons like this at that position was Kobe, MJ, and Wade in 06.
And what do those guys have in common? They're GOATs.
They're all good, man.
So it's like, what do we do with this guy now?
Yeah, no,
what the hell do we do with this guy? Because if he does win a championship and an MVP in the same year, he's gonna do something Reggie Miller's never done, Karl Malone's never done, Charles Barkley's never done, Allen Iverson's never done. The list goes on, bro, of these great Pantheon type players that never did it. So what do we do with this guy now?
It starts his legacy for him.
And he's 26.
Oh, he was 28.
No, he's not.
No, he's
older.
No, he's 26. He's been in the league for a long time, but he came in super young. He's 26.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's 26.
Yeah.
And Shea's game ain't the type where it should fall off a cliff here.
Yeah.
Like this, we might be looking at this for the next 7-8 years, the way he plays. So it's an uncomfortable topic to have, and I think NBA fans, they grasp onto things they're comfortable with and have a tough time giving stuff up.
I don't think anybody has a trouble with.
They have a tough time giving it up.
Yeah.
To where like,
but nobody's.
yeah, Shea's mini Kobe.
No.
He's mini Kobe.
I know he makes moves like I just mess around with that.
His production is mini Kobe.
I don't think fans have trouble with admitting how good he is.
Yeah.
It's just we're kind of in that time now where people say like free throw merchant and shit like that. Like to me,
I mean, man,
it's petty.
Guys, if Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan went through the social media era in the middle of their prime, God
got the
knows what we would have
same-
said about them.
my
bro.
1,000%.
As soon as Mike quit in '94, we would have called him a quitter. Would have said, "Hey, man, you quit, bro.
Oh my God.
You quit playing basketball. I thought you loved this game. I thought da 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 da. Cause say what you want. It's not arguable. Someone like LeBron, you can't convince me anybody's ever loved basketball more than he does. Because this is 22 years now. He's never cheated the game. It's 22 years. He's never took a break, bro. 22 years. And this is without high school, without his middle school. Yeah. And a guy like that, we always question and we always say, well, are you serious about basketball? Think about it. A guy who played for 22 years, averaging 25 a game for 22 straight years. We question him. Are you there to make movies, bro? What are you coming to LA for? What are you doing this for? What do you think we would have said about Kobe and Mike?
Oh yeah. The thing that amazes me the most about SGA is the efficiency.
Yeah.
That's what like I just had to like be like, yeah, I gotta let this one go. Like, yeah, you gotta start comparing them to like these high-end guards, bro. Like you can't be a high volume shooter and hit damn near 50% of your shots and me not give it to you. Sorry. Like that's just
You know what's crazy? If they win this year too, they're going to be heavy favorites next year. Because this team is going to come back basically what it is.
Yeah.
Basically, the
By the
core
way,
is going to come
with
back.
5-6 assists a game.
Yeah, he's
And 5-6 rebounds a game.
Yeah, exactly.
man. It's,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
man.
Clapping him by 24.
it's actually a
right now.
little bit more this year. I had his numbers here.
I don't
the playoffs
like
averaging 37 and 6.
I'll tell you one thing I don't like about this series, though, and I don't know where you guys stand on this. I don't like what's happening with the narrative of Ant Edwards in this one, though. And before we go into it, though, I think it's definitely more than okay to criticize his play. He hasn't played well. I don't like the closing of the book on some of the things that people have been doing with Ant. The closing of the book on the face of the league, the closing of the book of who he is as a player. Everybody has to remember something. Like, Ant's 23. SGA is 3 years older than him, but has been in the league for how many more years?
7 years now.
7 more years.
He's been in the league for 7 years.
Yes, guys. SGA is better than him today. He should be better than him today, right? Like, this is something that I've been thinking about with with Ant. Bro, Ant Edwards has overachieved so far in his career. Did you have the Timberwolves going to the Western Conference Championship last year?
No.
Did you have the Wolves going to the Western Conference Championship this year?
No.
In 2 straight years, he's took his team to a Western Conference Championship, and he's beat some good players along the way. Last year, he beat
Jokic.
KD.
He beat
Jokic,
KD,
Jokic,
and
Booker.
he beat who we all think is one of the best players in the league. Whether you
Yeah.
think he's 1, 2, or 3, he beat a guy that averages a triple-double.
Yeah.
He beat
Luka, LeBron this year.
He's overachieving out there in Minnesota, and let's all give him a chance to grow in his game. Like, guys, OKC's a lot better team than the Timberwolves are. He's going to struggle against that team. But I don't like the whole narrative of like, oh yeah, SGA is 10 times better than him. Yeah, he is today. He should be. He's 7 years older than him. He just is.
He's been in the league for 7 years.
I'm sorry. He's been in the league 7 more years than him. Like, where do you stand with that? Am I reaching at all?
No, but he was the better player this year. He was the better player this year. He was the better player this
Who,
series.
SGA?
SGA.
Oh, 100. No. Oh,
I wouldn't
100%.
say close the book. I would say just like move to another chapter.
don't know if I'm on that
It wasn't. No. I'm not saying like.
Oh, it's a good one. I like that. The
Yeah.
little analogy was pretty sick.
I wouldn't.
You
say,
have that stuff in you? Usually, you're not smart enough to
Come on.
think of stuff like that.
Hey, I seen it in you, kid.
What the hell?
Yeah, I know, man.
What the hell? What the hell, Burn?
What the hell? I love social media.
He had a great series last year. He had a great series this year. He ran to a better team. His team didn't perform as well. You can say that as well.
Are you going to the next chapter?
I'm going to the next chapter of SGA being the best player in the NBA.
Do you think we're looking at a LeBron-Kobe situation here?
Maybe.
The age gap is smaller between SGA and than it
Maybe.
was with LeBron and Kobe. Do you
Maybe.
think we're looking at that?
I don't
Maybe,
think-
maybe
Like
not.
these two players are gonna battle for the best player in the league title because they're still super young, both of them. One's 26, one is 20. I know Shea's been in the league for. Everybody always thinks Shea is 22, 23. He's
He's
26.
been in- yeah.
You know what I mean? But do you think it's like? You think that's a? We could be. It's very possible.
I don't know if it's LeBron versus.
You know, Jokic is 31, bro.
Yeah,
30,
I know,
31.
I know.
He's not.
I
gonna
don't
be
know
doing
if
this
it's.
forever.
I don't know if it's like LeBron versus Kobe because it was always so hard with the LeBron and Kobe thing. Because if I said that he was a better scorer than LeBron, you'd be like, yeah, but go ahead and take this.
But the age gap was also big.
The
between them.
age gap, it's not that because they both play the exact same position. Both are like shooting guards. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Kobe and Wade, maybe.
I think
Closer.
this one would be closer than Kobe and Wade. Though.
Yeah.
Going
Oh,
forward.
100%. It's going to be closer. I just don't. I don't like the narrative of what we're doing with
How
Ant.
fast do we usually crown like face of the league stuff?
Pretty quick.
Like how quick? Like was LeBron really? Could you say he was the face of the league when he was 23?
Not the face of
You-
it.
Well, Hetty, the
Kobe,
problem with the
right?
face of the league thing, guys, is I keep.
He was
on-
never face of the league. Though.
I don't. The problem with the face of the league thing is it's not the best player who's the face of the league. The face of the league is like such a weird thing to
Yeah, 'cause
explain.
Duncan for the longest time.
Yeah,
was never,
it's like it's not the best player because guys, right now the face of the league is still LeBron James and Steph Curry,
and the jersey sales show
and it just is.
and Luka.
But
They're not though.
LeBron James and Curry are still the face
No,
of the
they're
league.
not.
If you had a 2-on-2 tournament
That doesn't mean you're the face of the league.
televised,
Yeah.
the two that would get the most viewership and people would line up still to this day to see would be LeBron and Steph. They were 2-on-2.
Well,
We're playing the
go
team.
look
it
at
would be
the
those.
Christmas games, boys. The only games that were even messing with the NFL was when the Lakers were playing and when LeBron's in the Lakers.
And stuff.
LeBron,
played each other.
Yes, LeBron James and Steph Curry are the face of the league. People confuse that the face of the league is the best player in the league. If that was the case, it would be Giannis and Joker every single year. Moving forward, in my opinion, we can argue about that. And SGA too.
An unpopular opinion, I'm going to throw, me personally, I owe to myself to throw Luka's name in that hat too, because Luka is going to be that too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in LA.
But no,
He's gonna
yeah,
be
of
that.
course. But it's not going to be those guys.
Yeah.
Ant's going to be the face of the league, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like it or not. And he wants it, bro. You don't go on all these commercials and you don't talk the shit that you do if you don't want it. So
SGA's been on commercials this year.
But even like SGA, who you can argue is the best player in the league today, isn't the face of the league.
He's also playing in Oklahoma City,
Yeah.
and he's like, he's Canadian, which is like a weird dynamic.
And he's
there.
kind of he's not
He's
like,
laid back, nonchalant.
he's real talk. He's not likable. He's like he gets on an
He's
interview
nonchalant.
and he's like,
you
we just played well.
I'm
That's what it
consistent.
is.
I'm consistent. I feel like I'm flowing.
Yeah,
That was hard though. Hey, that was hard though.
He
I feel
has
like I'm flowing.
he has aura.
He does.
He-
He aura farms a little bit, but he has some
He's
aura.
got aura. I didn't even know what aura farms mean until Haliburton brought it up the other
Really?
day. I didn't know what that.
What the
meant.
hell?
Yeah.
What the hell, Burton?
Yeah, like we're closing the book on Ant being the face of the league because he lost to a guy who's been in the league a lot longer and is playing on the better team. And most people thought we're going to put belt to ass on.
We have to define what that term is. What do we mean by face of the league? 'Cause if we're talking who's putting butts in seats, you're right. It's still LeBron and Steph.
It's going to be until they retire.
Right. So what do we mean by when we say
Like the
face of the league?
okay, let's put.
Because the guy is like number 7, I think it was, in jersey sales.
But
Which
I
isn't face of the league material.
I argue.
You know what I mean?
I argue that's because of where he plays.
When Minyama plays in San Antonio and he beat him out.
But you know how I feel about the European thing, man.
No, they struggle. The Europeans struggle on that list.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying like I don't
Yeah,
think.
but he beat out Ant for it though.
I don't know. But the face of the league
Yeah,
thing,
but
there's
one
no
beat
definition
an
of face of the
alien.
league thing. There's no definition. What's the real definition? Who
Like Shea's number 9 on that list.
So who do you think the face of the league
I don't-
5 years
I don't
from right now?
define
Jaylen Brown is number 15. Are you trying to tell me Jaylen Brown is the 15th
I don't-
biggest
Let's
name?
try not to
I don't
correlate.
He
define-
might be actually.
Jersey sales are face of the league.
But it's a huge barometer though. It always has been.
What percentage did you put
Like
on
it's
it?
always has been, bro. Like think about if we go back and look at the 15 highest jersey sales of the last 30 years. I promise you, at the top, you're gonna see Mike, Kobe, Steph, LeBron. Consistently, you're gonna see them. I promise you.
I
They just
only
are, bro.
I
Those
only
are the best
disagree.
players.
because it shows you who people want to wear the jersey of.
I would
It's a
say
big, I'm not saying it's the end all be all. I'm saying it's a big barometer though.
I would say it's a barometer, but I would care to wonder how much of these jersey sales are now international wise. So like how
They're
much
worldwide. It doesn't matter. They're all competing worldwide for jersey sales. It doesn't matter. What does it
the
matter?
face of the league is a very tough thing. It's an undefinable thing.
But we had it defined though. We had it defined for a long time.
That's my whole thing about this series is I still think it's going to be Ant.
Me too.
Like, don't take the ass whooping as, he can't be the face of the league. It has nothing to do with who the best player
But
is.
he does have to.
What if
eventually.
that's the definition? We're just not knowing what it is.
But you know, man, if OKC stays the way they are and they keep beating the shit out of people,
It's
folks
not
in
gonna
the
be
West,
as-
then it can't be Ant.
But Hedy, it's not going to be, but the
I'm
problem
not saying this
is,
to be SGA.
think
Tim
about
Duncan
it.
was beating the
How
shit
many
out of folks in the West for a long
how many
time.
times
He was never face of the league.
has Steph Curry been the best player in the league? Arguably.
Never.
And he's been the
Well, I
big-
mean, he had a goal
but
that he was contending with, though. That's a different thing.
but just in general though,
But
Eddie,
he
there's
wasn't-
always
but
going to
he
be
wasn't-
somebody there.
But he wasn't the face.
There's
of
always going to be somebody there, bro. There's always going to be somebody there. I think we forget
Shake it is a
there's always going to be somebody there.
we were. I mean, me. I'm not gonna say we. I was very wrong about Shea. Shea's looking to be one of those guys.
He's great, but what I'm trying to say is like there's always going to be a GOAT there that's going to be in the way of these guys trying to win championships. Super teams or not, there's always going to be somebody there. My whole point is like,
No, you can't say super teams or not. I disagree with that.
what do you mean?
I mean, like if Steph only had 1-2, let's say KD never goes there, and let's say for shits and giggles, we say he doesn't beat LeBron again, and Steph ain't Steph anymore.
But the face of the league thing doesn't change.
It would be LeBron. It would be easily LeBron.
It would be him and LeBron.
But there'd be a gap between 1 and 2, though. It would be easily LeBron, though.
I disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. Because again, it doesn't come down to what happens. The face of the league to me it doesn't matter what happens on the court.
All the faces of the leagues have been winners, and they've won multiple times. All of them. Who was the face of the league in the 80s? 80s. Magic, Bird.
Magic.
They have 8 championships in 10 years between them. Who was it in the 90s?
Jordan.
How many championships did Jordan win off? A whole lot of them.
All of them.
Who was it after that? Shaq and Kobe? Shaq for a second, Kobe for a second. They have 9 rings combined between the both of them. Who was it after that? LeBron and Steph? 8 rings in a span 10 years between both of them. No, bro, you got to win some. You have to win some.
Well, we might be in we might be in a time where we're not going to, like, I contend that we're probably not going to see a repeat champion in a while.
I believe you.
I think this OKC team, if they win this year,
I like. You want to know why? Because we were just saying that about Boston last year. Like, things change very quick in NBA.
But you agree that Boston team doesn't have a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right?
No, they don't. But they had Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday.
This team has just as good a Jalen.
I know, but I'm just saying though.
And they're young.
You're willing to put all your money in the world.
No.
That OKC's gonna.
Are you willing to bet that they're not? Are you willing to take the field?
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. I really do. I really do.
I just don't
You want to know why?
Who is it?
You want to know why? Because SGA could go next year, give you another 32 on 50% shooting. Because guess what? That's what he's going to do. And there could be some other team that does something this offseason.
Like a trade or something, sure.
Yeah, like
Let's say the teams come back just healthy.
I don't know.
No major
I don't know
moves.
about you. Luka owns OKC. If LA makes a couple moves, we could see them. We can see Minnesota do something.
Luka owned a first-year playoff player in Jalen Williams.
No, I'm just
not a third-year playoff player.
He owned Dort, but you know what I'm saying. I just contend that. And I'll tell you guys,
they will be the heavy favorites next year, though.
Oh, 100%.
If they win this year, guys, if they win this year, because these playoffs have been a movie, bro.
We might.
If they win this year,
I don't know that. But I was just thinking about that.
But you have to win.
You can't keep on getting the boot in the second or third round.
Win 2 or 3. I'm not saying win 7. Just win 2 or 3. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm just not ready to call Ant a bum.
But I'm willing to bet my entire life savings that Ant will win a championship in his career.
Yes,
he will win.
Now an MVP.
He will win an MVP as well. He will win MVP and he will win a championship. But basically, guys, what we're expecting Ant to become one day is what Shai is today.
Yes.
If we're just being real about it,
let's see in about 7 years.
3 years.
You know what I mean?
You got 3 more years to do it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, guys, the second best player on the Wolves is Julius Randle. And the first time he played a real defense, he looked like Julius Randle. No disrespect to Julius Randle. You balled out. You proved me wrong. But the first time, you put a
problem in OKC is their 3 best players, you can argue, are 3 of the top 15 best defensive players in the league.
How good of a defender do you think?
Crazy.
How good of a defender do you think SGA is?
I think he's really good. I don't think he's Kawhi Leonard.
There's no wrong answer here. How long?
I think he's an excellent defender.
So listen to this.
He's not even Jalen Williams.
No, listen to how crazy this is. End of the game, because I think you didn't catch it because you're out there catching the sun.
Yeah.
God knows wherever you were. Did you watch the last game between OKC and the Wolves?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see what happened at the end of that game? It was a defensive. It was how a timeout, you put your offensive players or defensive in. What if I told you SGA, who we all regard as a really good defender because he was on the bench?
I believe it because you have Alex Caruso on it.
Mm-hmm. Who else do you think?
You have Jalen Williams on that team. Chet Holmgren is one of the best rim protectors in the league, arguably the best one. You have Lou Dort, and you have Cason Wallace.
That was exactly who was out there.
Yeah,
You're talking about SGA, who had one of the higher efficiencies defensively wise, was on the bench. That's how deep they are defensively.
He's one of the better defenders.
He's
in the league.
He's a good defender. He's no slouch on defense.
Right.
You're not going to cook him.
No, you're not.
And if you are, it's because the other guy he's guarding is really good.
Elite.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how deep that team is defensively, man.
No, it's crazy.
On a different level defensively.
Wow.
And J-Dub just told Randall,
stop.
I'm not Draymond. I'm not 40.
Stop.
And if it's not J-Dub, here's Dort, the football player.
And if you get past him, Chet's at the rim.
Oh, you want the guy who stopped Joker? Here's Caruso. Because if he could stop Joker, what is he going to do to...
Let's just say he gets past that wall. Who's beating you at the rim? 3 blocks a game, Chet Holmgren.
Everybody forgets when Chet's healthy, he's a defensive player of the year material.
Yeah.
So
that team's repeating. Actually, you just come in.
It's a really good team.
They're up 30.
It's a really good team.
They're up what? Excuse me.
30. 57,
And not like
27.
this. Can we at least say that?
Well,
Is that's fair, right? To say it not like
oh,
this?
no.
How much does Ant have? I'm curious. Now, if he has 25 out of the 27, I'm okay. But
No, he does not.
how much does he have?
I'll tell you right now.
I'm curious.
Petty, man, if you watch,
I know. I just want to because I caught every single game other than
staggering.
that one.
It has
but
9 points.
they're not letting him. They're not
Okay,
letting him
5
do
rebounds.
anything, man.
I'm okay with that.
SGA has 18, 5, and 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna.
Chet has 15 and 2.
18, 5, and 4. But what time in the game is it?
A minute and 20 seconds left in the
I
second
would just
quarter.
argue, guys. I would just argue that he's overachieving. That's just me. He needs to start winning, but he's
Yeah,
overachieving.
but Friend got
And I
exposed.
started off by saying this: we need to criticize. We criticize everybody, but like this is closer to LeBron supporting casting Cleveland first stint around than it is to, what
Miami.
Then you know what I'm saying, guys. Like it ain't like he's playing with. It's gonna be easy to contain him.
Who?
And on this team, man, it is again, guys. Julius Randle is like scoring 6 points in some of these games.
So is Ant.
Because go watch the defense and see what they do every time he touches the ball.
And yeah.
But
Also-
criticize him though. I'm not trying to give him
Also,
a pass.
he's also playing a guy who's turning into all-time great, slowly but steadily but surely. 26 years old to do what Shea's doing. Like Mike didn't do this, Brown didn't do this, Kobe never did this by 26. They never led a team to a championship by 26. They were all 28 plus. It's wild, bro. It's what we're watching is insane, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
And Shea would be good any era. We're just being real.
Well,
He'd be better in the 2000s.
What's gonna be wrong? The mid range. That's all they did back then.
or the
They-
finishing?
Yeah. What is
You know,
it?
he took less threes in that 3-year stretch than Kobe did in his 3-year stretch.
I bet.
Can you believe that?
I bet.
Wild.
I bet. We're gonna get into some of our games here, because that's what we do on the Basement Boys.
Uh-huh.
This is
People hate our game. They love our games, but they like to talk shit about us.
They love to talk shit about us.
Ace, fix this mic, man. It keeps hitting my nipple.
But no, this should be some fun games. I think you guys are gonna enjoy these.
Mhm.
We're gonna do a game on Haliburton. We're gonna do a game on free throw merchants. That's like a thing now. Slot merchants in football. You know, the first time I ever heard.
Slot merchants are a real thing, though. Those are a real thing.
But still, though, it's like okay.
Those are a real
Tom
thing.
has 5 because of that.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I'll take the slot merchant who could get open every single time over the guy that you have to throw a contested ball. And we're gonna grade some of these playoff runs for some of these guys. And then we're
I
gonna,
like it.
first thing we're gonna start off with. You're gonna tell me which NBA star is better. Haliburton edition. Prime Chauncey Billups or this Haliburton?
This Haliburton.
This Haliburton.
Really?
I think so. I think he's a better all-around basketball player than Chauncey. I think
Yeah,
he's a better
yeah.
scorer than Chauncey was and a better passer.
Prime Darren Williams or this Haliburton?
Prime Darren Williams.
Prime Darren Williams.
I know. But this Pacers team would get absolutely rocked by Kobe Bryant and his Lakers. So if we're going to use the runs in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure Darren's gotten to a West Conference Finals before. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think so.
Let's say second round.
Yeah.
Kobe, Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom is a
Eddie.
tough task. It's a tough task.
35, 15, 10, 0 turnovers.
It's a wild game. Listen, it was close. But I'm going to go D-Will, though. I think he was a better basketball player than Haliburton
Slade?
was.
I'm going Darren Williams.
You
man.
going Darren Williams?
I think he was a better basketball player than he was. For me. Who are you going with?
Oh, shit. I think Darren Williams is a better player,
All right, good. Move on to the next one.
but I think that in the playoffs, I'm going with Haliburton.
I don't remember D-Will ever shrinking in the playoffs, though.
He would somewhat shrink a
I remember
little bit.
I remember D. Will being bad ever.
He wasn't
He was
the
never
greatest
bad.
playoff player in the world. I'll tell you guys that much.
Yeah.
He wasn't. Just that
Who
was
did he play a lot in the playoffs?
some greats.
Spurs, Lakers,
Lakers.
and Spurs.
Yeah. I mean, but
tough.
man, guys, 35, 15, and 10, 0 turnovers. Only 2 people
Like
ever
to see
done
him
that.
do that on Kobe Bryant.
What if he does it against
going D-Will.
What if he does it against OKC with 10 first teamers defense?
Then I'll shut the hell up.
Okay. Darius Garland.
I'm going Haley on this one. I changed my mind. I'm going Haley.
Really?
Yeah, easily. This is kind of a. At this
No.
point, it's a
Yeah,
disrespectful.
but we were
question.
saying that before.
I know.
Before.
But I
Let's
mean,
go.
you adjust with new
I'll go
information.
Haley as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Haliburton. I mean, he's just better all around, boys.
The Pacers aren't what they are with Garland instead of Haley. Let's just be
Listen,
real about it.
Haliburton can dictate a pace of a game. There's not a lot of
absolutely.
players you could say that about in the league. Just straight up. He dictates a pace. Prime Steve Nash or Tyrese Haliburton?
I'm going prime Steve.
Why you gotta
Nash
say
on this one.
prime Steve Nash though? Why
I'm doing
can't
prime of all these guys.
I'm going prime
I'll
Steve
go
Nash,
prime
bro.
Steve Nash. That's really
50, 40, 90. I think he's a slightly better passer than Tyrese's. And
better shooter.
yeah, I'm going Nash, bro. I have to go Nash.
I'm going Nash as well.
And if you use deep runs, Steve Nash has had some deep runs. So.
I'm gonna go Steve Nash, but I could change my mind about less than a month.
He has to win a championship for me to change my mind, though.
Yeah, because he's gonna
You're
change.
naming guys that ran into Kobe Bryant. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. And the Spurs in the West.
Okay, I gotta go on for you.
You remember how hard the West used to be?
Oh, it's hard. It's still hard.
It's still hard, yeah.
It's still hard. Tony Parker or Haliburton?
Tony Parker.
I'm also going Tony Parker on this one because Tony Parker was such a better scorer than Helly is. He was so much of a better scorer.
Can you imagine Haliburton in that Spurs system though?
In 2013 and 14, my LeBron James and Miami Heat played those Spurs. If you told me at that point you can have this Haliburton instead of that Tony Parker, I would have done it so fucking fast.
35, 15, 10, 0 turnovers.
Yes. I'd
You're
like
gonna
to see
keep
you do
saying-
that.
you're gonna keep on saying
I'd
that
like to
stat?
see you do that on LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Shane Battier, bro. Show me. Wallah, show me. At that point, show me. Because Wallah, it ain't happening.
Wow.
It ain't happening.
You guys are up 33.
No, I'm
after.
going Tony Parker, bro.
Swade.
Oh, Tony already said Tony Parker, man.
I'm definitely going Tony Parker.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go Tony Parker too.
Oh.
It's just listen, man. It's so hard that with the Haliburton thing because it's not numbers with him. It's just
Well, it's not hard. We got used to scoring point guards. Think about it. We got
Yeah.
used to scoring point guards. And then we got a true, traditional, pure, every meaning of the word point guard. A guy who dictates pace, a guy who dictates tempo for his team, a guy who spreads the wealth, a
and
guy
when he
who
wants
makes,
to score, he can score.
a guy who makes players better, and a guy who shoots 39% in his career from three. Yeah, I mean, that's what he is. He's a ultra point guard. He's the best point guard in the NBA. If we use just point guard.
So this is the thing. Haliburton can never be a superstar. Can he turn himself into a star? I know it all.
He's already a star.
He's
It
already a
depends
star.
on what you could. He turned himself into a star,
Yeah,
and that's all that matters.
he's somewhere in between star and superstar to me.
Yes, if Jaylen Brown can walk away from a championship and be like, okay, so we got to like start looking at that guy as a top 15 player. We can definitely do it with Haliburton.
He's better than Jaylen Brown today, though.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm
Right.
like, if we thought that,
But do you agree, right?
yeah, that's where he is now, right? If we thought that Jaylen,
Sure.
what do you mean?
Sure.
Like, what do you think?
Who are guys that are like guaranteed better than Haley today?
It's just so hard to do that. If we go down our list, we're gonna start arguing about people.
All right, maybe not. Maybe not.
You guys
Entering
wanna-
next year, is Haliburton better than LeBron James? Entering next year.
So let's do this. Let me do this. Like, stop me. Like, we'll do. I'm gonna put a list of teams and I'm gonna start calling guys healthy too. I'm gonna do it healthy because like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna say that fucking Haliburton's better than Embiid, guys. I'm not doing that right now.
Sure.
All right, let's do this real quick. Is Haliburton better than D Mitch?
No.
Why not?
They were on the same court as each other. You laugh, bro, but they were on the same court as each
I
other.
believe that he does one thing better than him. He scores better than him.
I'm going to say Haley's better than D-Mitch. I'm going to say if I'm starting a team today, I'm taking Haley over D-Mitch today.
Wow, I didn't.
D-Mitch is a better basketball player than Haliburton.
So if you're starting a team, you're taking Haliburton over.
We're running ones. D-Mitch is beating him 11-2. If we're
I don't even know about two.
if we're playing
Hey,
5-on-5,
Haliburton has a bag though.
yeah,
Real
he has
talk,
a bag.
I don't care.
It ain't
How good of a defender?
it ain't D-Mitch bags,
Well,
but it's a
how
bag.
good of a defender do you think Mikal Bridges is? An OG.
They're really good.
He's scoring on these dudes in the half court. Guys, he wasn't scoring everything in the fast break. This series has been consistently.
Not in the half court, consistently in the half court. They're not running sets.
Go rewatch the last
Haliburton
game.
in the
Oh, no, they're
last
not.
game maybe. I never watched the last game.
No, but
But
even
I'm
the whole
saying
series, Eddie, I haven't missed a second of these.
Okay, now, see, now we go to extent. What now? Haliburton is running isos. on
No, Eddie, I'm not
Doji.
talking about that. But like, he's like,
He has a bag. Yeah, he's a good scorer when you ask him to be.
Who would you rather have, Haley or Donovan Mitchell?
yeah.
We're going
doing?
D-Mitch,
I'm
right?
going Don Mitch, man. Donovan Mitchell.
Don Mitch.
I struggle with this one. I think that D Mitch is a better player.
He is a better player.
But man,
player.
to see who impacts more towards winning.
He's a better player. In case, okay, so I'm going to make this clear because we're a very petty group and the cameras are recorded and they're on now. In case next year D-Mitch averages fucking 33 and is the best player in the league, I'm going to make this clear. D-Mitch is a better basketball player than Tyrese
You would
Haliburton.
rather have Tyrese Haliburton.
But if I'm the Indiana Pacers, I'm not trading Haliburton for Donovan Mitchell. Does that make sense?
Well, let me make sure when we do this.
That's what I'm saying.
When I go through players, let me just make sure who's a better player.
That's
Just
it.
like who's a better basketball
Yes.
Who are you here? This will be easier. Who are you ranking higher in a list going into next year? That's what I'll say. Healthy.
player? Haliburton. I have to.
Haliburton.
But Dimitri is a better basketball player.
I am too. On a list, I have.
But
to.
Dimitri is a better individual basketball
Yes,
player.
but on a list, I have to go.
This is the whole Brock Purdy thing.
Yeah.
He's the 15th best. But you guys had him 7th because of the year he had.
Okay.
This guy has 2 straight East Conference finals.
Jason Tatum or Haliburton?
Tatum, this is disrespectful. Stop.
Jaylen Brown or Haliburton?
Haliburton.
I'm going Haliburton. Haliburton's the man on his team.
Again, if we're running ones, this is 11-2. But if we're just playing 5-on-5,
I'll go
organized
Haliburton.
basketball.
Yeah,
Brunson or Haliburton?
Bronson.
Going into next year, who's Brunson's a better player than him, man. But man, he just does everything more than outside of scoring, bro.
Going Haley.
Okay.
No, I'm going Brunson, bro.
Okay, guys.
Go ahead.
I'm consistent. One thing about me, I'm consistent. I told you. If the two teams are balanced and they play each other, one guy is clearly outplaying the other. I have to go with the other guy. Sorry.
In this series, yeah, they are balanced. I agree with you. This one's more
balanced
balanced.
in all the series too. But it's okay. Regardless.
No,
Neither here or there.
no,
Neither here or there.
We're not.
I mean,
We're not arguing
his
about
second,
this.
his second and third option. Score the other second and third option. There's no problem. Whatever. We'll just keep moving on. Fuck it.
We're not going to do this one. Giannis or Haliburton? Lillard or Haliburton?
Haliburton.
Haliburton. That's okay.
Okay.
Haliburton.
Cade or Haliburton?
Cade.
Cade is better than Haliburton.
Okay. Paulo or Haliburton?
Haliburton.
This year?
Yeah, if we're running ones, 11-2. But if we're playing 5-on-5 organized basketball, it's Haliburton.
Really?
Indiana would laugh. They got that trade offer. They would laugh and hang up.
Yeah, they're not trading him.
They would laugh and hang up the phone, bro.
I'm going Paulo, man.
All right. Bam or Haliburton? I think
Haliburton.
Trey Young or Haliburton? I think we have to go with Haliburton now, boys.
Now we have to go
Yeah,
with
now.
Haliburton.
We have to go with Haliburton.
Do we though?
Yeah, we do. Because,
don't.
I mean, whatever you, like regular season wise, it's not like Trey's
But even
putting
in playoffs, when he had even like a semi-decent team, he took him to the conference finals.
one time. This is 2 times for Haliburton.
That's one more time. Let's not make it seem like Haley's this guy who goes.
But hey,
8 years straight.
sometimes in basketball, that one more time
Sure,
is
if we're ranking them,
2 straight years.
if you're ranking them, you have to go Haley today.
All right.
But Trey would.
Nobody
smack
on
him.
Chicago's worth a shit. Nobody on Toronto's worth a shit. Nobody on Brooklyn's worth a shit. Embiid or Haliburton.
Embiid.
Indeed.
Tyrese Maxey or Haliburton.
That's a good one.
Today, Haliburton.
Today, Haliburton.
Guys,
Today.
he's the guy on his team.
Yeah, he is. He's the best player on his
Okay.
Yeah. Again, you can make an argument for Pascal, but he's the guy on his team though. Even if he's not the best player, he's the guy. If that makes sense.
LaMelo or Haliburton.
Oh, he's better than LaMelo today.
Is he?
If we're running ones, it's 11-2. If we're playing 5-on-5
Yeah.
basketball. It's
All right.
Haliburton.
SGA Haliburton.
SGA.
All right. J-Dub or Haliburton.
I'm going Haliburton.
I'm going Haliburton.
Me too. Yeah, me too.
This J-Dub kid ain't no joke.
Open my eyes.
Yeah, he's no joke, bro.
Can we do that Would You Rather with AR again?
No, we can't.
Please.
Man, you were wrong about... He never admits when he's wrong. You gave him credit last time for no reason. He never admits when he's wrong. He never says he's wrong.
I've been saying.
He never says he's
guys,
wrong.
but that
Yeah, but
Would
Hakeem,
You
if we
Rather-
redo
I was
it,
trolling.
if we know you
no,
were.
I would no.
You were not trolling.
No, you were really arguing.
No,
No.
you were not trolling.
Because guys, it was this. I wasn't seeing this J-Dub.
What are you talking
I
about?
wasn't seeing this J-Dub in the regular season legitimately being like by far one of the best second options in the playoffs, bro.
He was always the best second options in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
No, he wasn't.
Even in the regular
No,
season.
he
No, like
was.
when we went in the playoffs, he's one of the better second options. He averaged 22, 6, and 6, and the best defender in the league, arguably.
Even if we do
He's
that.
first team all defense. as
To
a
me, it was
guard.
an argument. I mean, you were with me on that one.
I was.
Yeah, and I'm wrong now. I said that I'm wrong.
Thank you. That's all I want to hear.
Oh,
So you're-
whoa!
you're
Oh, I'm
both
not
wrong.
mad at you for being wrong.
Oh,
I just
whoa,
want you to
wait.
say
Yes,
it.
if
This
OKC
group is so
called,
fucking petty.
if OKC
Guys, you know we're allowed to be wrong.
I know
It's sports. We're guessing shit half the time. We don't even know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
You watch it for no reason.
take that spot out. No, we know what we're talking about somewhat. I think we're done.
Said somewhat.
Luka's better. Is LeBron next year better than Haliburton?
This is a tough one to me. This is a really, really tough one. Because is Indiana this good with LeBron instead of Haley?
No, and because of what
Tough.
Like LeBron ain't running like this, boys. He's younger. He's got all the energy in the world. No, LeBron can't. LeBron can't.
But also,
at 40.
LA gets worse if they had him instead of LeBron.
Yes, but the Pacers are not in the Eastern Conference Championship with LeBron. I'm sorry, I just don't
Are
believe
you
it.
sure not on this team?
Yes, because of what
Sure.
they asked Haliburton to do. Yeah, no, they won't be. I promise you they wouldn't be. And it's not
I'm going Haley.
it's not a shot at
Actually,
LeBron.
no, fuck that. I'm going LeBron James. Go fuck yourself. He's a little better all-around player.
Joker.
Yes,
Obviously. Jamal Murray.
Playoff Jamal?
Yeah. Even playoff Jamal was kind of got lost a little bit. Kawhi going into next year. Kawhi, really? How about James Harden?
Haliburton.
Yeah.
You disagree with any of those? Ant.
No, Ant.
Boys, come on.
No, I'm nodding. Yeah.
Yeah, because Ant on this Pacers team, they're in the finals.
Are they?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Are they though?
Yes.
They asked this kid to do a very specific skill set.
Yes.
Very specific.
Ant can run a little bit.
Not like.
So you don't think the Pacers in the championship with Ant?
What do you? Can I ask you a question? What do you value more? Would you rather be? Again, I'm not saying Ant is a better player. Ant is a better basketball player. I'm saying this
I'm snipping
now.
the part where he didn't.
But do you prefer 25, 5, and 5, or do you prefer 20 and 10 assists? Like, what do you want out of your best player?
25.
What would you rather have?
I'm not really sure with your logic these days.
I'm asking, what would you rather have?
Me,
I'm asking you, what would you rather have?
Me in today's NBA, I want the 25. I want the more all around game. But it also depends on like
20, 10, and 4 is more all around than 25, 5, and 5.
Yeah.
So which one would you rather have?
20, 10, and 4.
But it's not in the regular season. The point differential.
We're talking about playoffs now. Playoffs is where legends. This is where legends are.
I'm cool with
made.
that.
No, I'm asking you a question. What do you mean? I'm cool with that.
So
what would you rather have?
So you're asking me, would I rather have 25, 10, and 4 or 25, 5, and 5?
25, 5, and 5, or 20, 10, and 4. What would you rather have from your best player?
It's so situational, bro. Because I don't know what's on my team. Real talk. Just real talk.
The teams are the same. What would you rather have?
I'll take the 20, 10, and 4. I'll take the 5 less points, and I'll take the 10 rebounds.
Okay. I'm still taking that, but that's what I was asking. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to say.
I argue, though, like, okay, let's switch spots real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think the Wolves are a playoff team with Haliburton.
Trash.
Like,
I'm aware.
Real talk. I don't think they're a playoff team.
No, they're a playoff team, but they're not this. Yeah, they're not this good. They're not beating Denver.
They're not beating
the
LA.
Lakers. They're not beating.
They're getting Beltas, and I still think that the Pacers they would arguably still be in the Eastern Conference Championship. Arguably. No.
With Ant?
I would say this
with Ant? You talking about with Ant?
Yeah. Arguably. Here's the thing about, this is why I love this Pacer team. This is why low-key within my heart, I haven't been outwardly cheering for them, because I respect the hell out of what Rick Carlisle did with this kid. He sees what he's good at, and he runs the team that way.
I'll remind you in a month when you're up here saying, man, you just can't win with that run and gun.
No. Because, Hattie.
You cannot win with this run and gun.
No.
You're the best player, cannot average 90.
Because we all know what Haliburton is.
I know, man.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Is
But
it?
it has some truth in it, because I'll remind you in a month from now when you're up here.
I gotta do something for content. Boys.
I want to make this clear. I said it a long time ago. You cannot do it.
Let's go to our next game. I think that Haliburton, the whole point, yeah.
We live in the moment so much.
We do definitely live in the moment.
It's sports, man. It's just the way it is, man.
All right, next game. Which NBA star was more frustrating to watch? We're going to do a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander edition. Shai or James Harden?
Harden was a lot more frustrating.
James Harden was one of the most frustrating players ever in the world to watch. Like, I don't even think it's close when we talk about free throw merchants.
All-time great, though. Hard to watch.
SGA or Brunson? Yeah, Brunson's a flopper on every single play.
Bro, you remember that Detroit series?
Yeah.
That's hard to watch.
That was hard.
That was hard to watch.
I'll go Brunson.
Definitely Brunson.
Yeah.
CP3 or SGA?
SGA.
Okay.
I mean,
this is not a.
we're not saying we're a fan. We're saying who's hard to watch. Shea is harder to watch.
Yeah.
Stuff than
I never really saw like
CP3 is
CP3.
smooth.
Like he was a flopper.
He's smooth.
Yeah.
He's super smooth.
So was SGA.
He is.
But he has those moments where he falls. On the
Yeah,
ground
he's a
where
little
nobody
more
touched him.
robotic though than
Yeah.
CP3 is.
LeBron James or SGA? Who was more?
SG, why is LeBron frustrating to watch?
Because he used to flop
He used
a
to
lot.
flop
He
a lot.
flops a lot.
Oh, he flops a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm meaning, like
And
flopping wise and
he
stuff.
like cries a lot.
Dunk on your dunkers.
Yeah.
Pull up from 40. Ah,
So SGA was more
Definitely
frustrated.
SGA.
Is
Yeah.
last but not least, Joel Embiid or SGA?
SGA is more frustrating to watch. What's wrong with Joel Embiid's game?
I would say it was. I think
I say
Joel.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid has some.
More frustrating to watch it? Why is it frustrating to watch?
You don't. It's because he's never on the court, but when he is, man, he foul baits like a mother, bro. Yes,
Guys, he's 7'2", 300 pounds, bro.
that makes it even worse that you're out there
No,
trying to foul bait
man.
like a guard.
No, they have to. At this point, they have to. Guys that big, they have to foul bait, bro. Because if they don't, they're never gonna get the
I
call.
disagree. Oh,
They're never gonna get the
knew
whistle.
that he's the wrong guy. I forgot that you're not the Joel Embiid.
Bro,
guy.
guys, can we just be real about something? Joel Embiid's game is pure, bro. It's pure.
Are you sure, Eddie? There's some nasty points in that time.
But it's pure, bro. It's a very like skill set wise, big man all time. Who's better?
oh, I mean,
offensively?
guys.
Can I say none in this? Like it's.
I mean,
it's like-
people got to remember, man. When Joel's
He's better offensively than Joker.
yeah,
is.
no.
It's not even a question.
It
Every
used-
time he plays, he gives
It
him 40.
used to be
by
an
the way.
argument when Joel Embiid's healthy. Like, yeah, he's one of the best players
Yeah.
in this league. Like, hands down. The issue is he's just never on the freaking
That's the problem.
court. You know what I mean?
Again, 7'2", 300 is the issue.
My whole point with this is that SGA is not as bad as people think.
No, he's not.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. He's not even close to Brunson, frustrating wise.
No.
All right, next game.
Wade was more frustrating than him.
Was Wade more frustrating
he
than
was
SGA?
a foul bait mother trucker.
All right. We're going to go ahead and grade the playoff performances of these NBA stars in this playoff so far. You guys ready?
Mhm.
Anthony Edwards, if you have,
B minus.
C.
I'm going to go like a C minus. It's a little bit of a disappointing,
Underachieving,
especially in the Western Conference Championship.
I would be minus because of his inconsistency in this game.
Tyrese Haliburton,
A.
You overachieve as much as you do, it has to be an A.
A plus. I'm giving it an A plus. This guy is going to have his Pacers in the
You'll
championship.
see in the next one what my barometer is for A plus.
A plus. SGA.
A
A
plus.
plus. That's A
That's
plus.
the barometer.
I'm going A plus on this one too. Brunson.
I'm gonna go
C.
B. I'm gonna go B. I think it was a disappointing end if it finishes today. But East Conference Final isn't a disappointing season, I would say. It's not a disappointing outing.
C.
He's averaging damn near 30. So.
Started off hot. Yeah, man. Started off hot. And then you're
No,
down
man,
3-1.
guy's averaging 29 a game.
You're gonna-
Down 3-1,
Guys,
man.
I'm
As the
gonna
best player on
go-
your team, you're
I'm going to go B plus because I mean,
I'm gonna go B.
I
on
think
that one.
Brunson's the least of the Knicks' worries.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Cat.
I'm gonna go B because he exceeded my expectations as the second option. I'm gonna go B on it.
I'll go C plus.
I'm going to go C. Guy just takes himself out of the game way too much.
How much were you guys really expecting out of Cat?
to be the second best player on his team, and sometimes he doesn't act like it because he's on the bench a lot
He's
with
been
the
the
petty
best second
fouls.
best player on that team.
Yes.
Joker.
C. And nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. Sorry.
C minus.
I'm gonna go C B minus. Or I
You
mean,
said B minus?
yeah, C to B minus. I mean, I wasn't really expecting much out of Denver. I think we all picked Denver not to be
I
there.
was expecting more than one shot in the second half of Game 7, though.
You were. You were expecting a lot.
Out of Denver?
At
I don't
Game
thi-
7? Yeah, you were.
Oh, in Game 7, yeah, absolutely. He had a shitter at Game 7. But I mean, all right, let's move on, boys. Last NBA topic. The all NBA first team came out. We had Joker, Giannis, Jason Tatum, D. Mitch, and SGA. Do you guys have a problem with anybody in the first all NBA?
I don't have a problem. The only thing I would have been okay with would be Ant for D. Mitch. But I mean, the guy was by far the best player on a team that won damn near 70 games. So I'm okay with it being first team all NBA. I'm okay with it.
No problem at all, man.
You good with D. Mitch in there?
Yeah, he deserves to be there.
I think I could have rather had seen two guys instead of D. Mitch. I would rather had seen Ant or Cade. Ant or Cade, to be honest with you. I thought they had better seasons than him. Obviously, team success is there, but team success is based off of who you're on the team with. And I mean, I think those guys are playing with more than what. He's definitely playing with more than what Cade is playing
25, 5-5 with almost 70 wins.
But he was the
He's
most
a first-team
important
all
player
NBA
on that
player,
team's
bro.
success. He was literally why there was team
Yeah, he
success.
was by far the best player.
I wouldn't have been mad.
25, 5-5 with 70 wins. You should be.
I wouldn't have been mad with
It's fair.
Ant or Cade in there.
No. Cade, I would have been not mad, but like,
He should have.
it's still
should've been
early.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still early.
This thing is still a little bit of a popularity contest because they had Curry's second team. Like Cade should have probably even been over like Curry, bro.
I mean, Steph had a good year, though.
Yeah, he gave you 25, 4, and 6.
Good year.
So all NBA, for you, educate me, is it a combination of team success or is it just straight on player?
I mean, it's a mix of stuff.
What is it?
It's
man?
a very,
What is it
it's,
based
I
on?
think, if I'm not mistaken, is it still the coaches that vote on that? We'd have to check. It used to be coaches vote on that.
Because
I'm
you
not mistaken.
know it's an important
Or
thing because
GMs.
there's big
Incentives.
yeah, there's big incentives. Like I think JJJ and on Memphis
Memphis.
lost like $500,000
Yeah.
not making the first All NBA team.
And he was never going to make it anyway. But you know, I mean, like, regardless of how they do it or what it's a mix of, they got it right to me.
I'm not mad about this
They got
list
it right.
whatsoever.
They got it right.
We're not doing any football today, boys. It's getting closer and closer to that time.
Coming.
Yeah, it's no football today.
Coming.
No, wait.
I want us to save all the great football topics. You guys got anything else before we head off today?
Yeah.
What's up?
Who's a better quarterback, Jalen Hurts or Justin Herbert?
Oh my God. Who's just a better quarterback? Or who I'd have to rank?
If you were the Eagles, would you trade Jalen Hurts for Justin Herbert?
No,
No.
I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Oh.
Listen, the whole trading thing, man, it's just hard, especially in
I'm
football.
just asking a question,
But
man.
like, who do I think is a better quarterback, and who is, who I think will perform better?
Mhm.
Like I think it's Herbert, and I don't think it's arguable.
Who do you think is going to go down all time as better?
Jalen Hurts will.
Wow.
Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl, and I don't even think Justin Herbert's going to win a playoff game this year either.
One of the most overrated quarterbacks.
Tough. Football's so situational. It's crazy how situational football is.
And like, here's the thing though. Like, yeah, Justin Herbert, you need to win a playoff game, man.
Yeah.
You have to win a playoff game. But I'm not in the business of overlooking elite stats, man.
Yeah. Okay, one last question before we come off. What's it going to take for you to start calling Shea Mini Kobe?
I'll do it now. He has a lot of Kobe in him.
So you're going to call him Mini Kobe?
No, I won't consistently do. I'm not going to call him Mini Kobe.
If he wins a championship this year, averaging 35 a game, are you going to call him Mini Kobe?
No, I will not.
Well, what's it going to take for you to call him Mini Kobe?
Never call him Mini Kobe.
What if he wins 5? He's not Mini Kobe anymore?
And he's better than Kobe. What?
How many championships does he have to win on this OKC team for you to be like, you know what, Shea's as good as Kobe Bryant is?
As good?
Yeah. For you to be like, yeah, he's as good.
Like historically, like
yeah.
He has to win at least 3.
3. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you have to win at
3
least
or
3,
4.
and I don't think that's going to happen. Man. Real talk, and I don't think it's not going to be because of how like good or bad SGA is. I just don't think that the NBA is going to be shaped up to where you could constantly repeat.
They don't need to repeat. He's 26. He can win 3 in the next 8 years.
We've seen a lot of guys go freaking wild without winning a championship, man.
He can afford to go a while and still win one again.
You know, I will say this
Say it.
about the whole super team thing, real quick. You know who damn near almost ruined the NBA? There's one man. It's Kevin Durant. And let me tell you guys why. Because the NBA overreacted to what Kevin Durant did with Golden State. Because I don't know about you guys. Okay, like when Boston Celtics came together, they had a super team, right? How many championships did they win?
1.
When Miami Heat came together, how many championships
2.
did they win?
2.
What other super teams are we missing?
Golden State.
Golden State before, and I didn't even consider that a super team, but like let's just call that a super team. How many championships did they win before Kevin
1.
Durant?
1.
So the only time that it became truly unfair is when it became truly unfair when Kevin Durant decided to make he sold his soul for a championship.
And they still only won 2.
They only won 2, right? But
But if he would, had he stayed, the whole,
healthy-wise, it was going to be unfair. I truly think the NBA overreacted to that right there.
But you don't see beauty in these playoffs.
No, because if you really want
Are
the
you
truth,
crazy?
no. Beauty is competitive basketball. Yeah, it's great, but I don't know about you guys, but like, it was never OD. It was never as OD as we made it seem like, guys.
It wasn't OD for one team, but it was OD for two.
What do you mean?
I mean, okay, from 2011 to 2020, who won NBA championship?
LeBron James
And Steph.
But
They have 7 out of 10 years.
But I believe that regardless whether KD was going to go to Golden State, I think it was going to be those two guys for the most part. I just like, you know what I mean? They're great players.
No, it would have been more KD. It would have been more of a mix, man.
I just don't know. Like,
been more
but
of a
I'm
mix.
just saying, I just feel like the NBA overreacted to that. Because guess what? Oh, it's competitive, boys. Both these series are 3-1. What's competitive about it?
The stories are deep, though, in these playoffs.
The stories are nothing. The stories were 10 times better
Deep.
back in the day when it was like,
Can I
man,
ask you a question? Why, honest to God, answer me this. Jalen Williams is 22 years old or whatever. Somebody fact check me. And Chet is like 22, 21 years old.
yeah.
Why can't this team be a super team? I'm just curious.
Oh, I'm not saying that
Like,
they
no,
can't
Walla,
be.
like, Jalen is going to be a 25-point two-way player.
Yeah.
Shea is mini fucking Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And Chet is going to turn into one day probably a 2010 Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh,
That's a super team.
I don't have a problem with that.
But that's
at
a
all.
super team, right? Like, I'm just...
Yeah, they had the potential of being a super team.
Then you get your wish.
But I just don't like how a good
It has to
GM.
happen organically now.
Yeah, but that's hard. That's hard to do it. Why can't two great players in the league say, you know what, I want to play with you, you play with me,
But
and
what's
let's
a
make it
super
work.
team to you, though? Because we never grew up with super teams. There wasn't a thing. Like, when we say, oh, we got used to super teams. Who's the super team you're talking about?
2 or 3 of the top best players in the league on the same team.
But when has that happened, though?
LeBron and
But that's my whole point, though.
But that's...
Hedy.
But can we be real? That Miami team wasn't a super team, though.
Yeah, it was.
No, it was a super team for 1 year.
I mean, Eddie,
but in 2013,
That was the
when
beginning.
Wade fell apart and Chris Bosh was having 0 points in NBA Finals games, that wasn't a super team anymore.
That was-
I
that was
agree
the-
with
that
you.
was
But
the
you like
beginning of
add
the
in
super team.
context. If we
That
had-
is the context.
No, I know.
It's lazy to say they were a super team without adding the context.
No,
When you add
but
the
I'm
context,
saying
then
like when we look
it was
back,
never
in
unfair.
that's my whole point about it.
But
is
KD
that,
on the Warriors was unfair. That's
Yes.
that's the real only super team
but
in our
think
lifetime.
about it. But that's the whole point. There's
Right.
only been really one
so why are you so
real
upset about
super
the super
team,
team? 'Cause there's
because
only
we
one.
added in all these rules where now some of these teams can't stay together because this OKC team can't stay together long term.
They could pay the tax.
I mean, baby.
You think OKC is going to pay the tax?
I mean, on paper, if you look at it on paper, the Phoenix Suns team was a super team.
Wait, I thought the apron allowed you to keep players you drafted, though.
yeah, but they can't pay all three of those guys $80 million a year or $70 million a year, and then they can't keep Caruso or whatchamacallit. I know, like this team is really good. They can't keep all these guys long term. That's why I'm trying to say, like, yes, they made it harder for everybody else because one guy traded his soul for championships. It was always fair before that. Nobody's running off 6 championships in a row
Michael did.
because that was Michael freaking Jordan and he had Pippen. They
Because the NBA
built a great team.
sucked.
Sure, NBA sucked. And when Kobe Bryant and Shaq were winning championships, who were they really
NBA
beating?
sucked.
That's my whole point,
The
though.
beginning of the super team was, I still say, was the Miami Heat.
It was the Celtics, officially.
My whole point is I'm not mad with what LeBron did. LeBron made a decision that I wasn't going to win with fucking Boobie Gibson as my better player. I'm going to go to Miami. But what if Ant wants to go somewhere and he can't do it? And then we're going to call him a loser because fucking Julius Randle's his best fucking player forever.
That's where I cross the line, though, with you. That's where I disagree, where you lose me. I agree that super teams are good for the NBA. You lose me when you tell me, I don't think there's a super team in this league. You just went on a rant saying
No, there's no super team in this league.
OKC, yes, is the deepest team in basketball, but we've always had a deepest team in basketball.
And they usually win the
That's
championship.
always existed.
And they usually win the
Like,
championship.
yeah, so if he ends up winning a bunch of championships and Ant doesn't, then he's T-Mac to that Duncan.
100%.
So, like, that's always been like that, though. So you are a loser.
Yes, if you
So,
consistently
this is the
get-
whole Joker thing that we had. This is the whole argument we had fucking snapping each other in my garage. Like, to me, bro, say what you want. Okay, let's say OKC's supporting cast was better than Jokic, bro. No problem. They were better. They were good enough to get him to a game 7. And he didn't have a good series. Guy's a big man. He shot 48% from the field, bro. He got outshot by a shooting guard. They were good enough to get him to the game 7.
Bear
right?
with me, though, Hedy.
No, you can say barely all you want.
No, you're not getting it.
They
Bear
were at
with me,
a
though.
game 7, though, is
Bear
what I'm saying.
with me, though. Bear with me.
Oh, I thought you said barely.
No. Bear with me about this.
What I'm saying is you should, if you're that guy, like we've always had those guys, you need to figure it out.
The whole
And win eventually.
The whole problem with this, though.
Yes.
Okay. For example,
Yes.
and I promise you, I'm not going to go on a long spell with this. Stop us if we start going on a long spell on this one. For example, when Shaq had Kobe, right? Shaq afforded not to have a good game. He can go without having a good game and say, you know what, Kobe, you take the reins there, right? When LeBron in the beginning with Miami, he can afford to have a bad game. Wade, take the ball. Do this, right? Yeah, a lot of these guys can't do that right now.
Shea can afford to have a bad game, though.
Yeah, I know that my whole point.
It's always been just one team.
But my whole point is like those guys back then that we idolize and say that they won all these championships. Yeah, they weren't running into fucking all-time teams and super teams, Eddie. My whole point about that is that
who did LeBron lose to in the NBA Finals?
LeBron's a different story.
Who did Kobe Bryant lose to when he lost?
Boston.
Okay.
But who were they beating though?
Who did Michael lose to when he was losing in the 80s?
All-time greats.
Who was the second best player?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
Okay.
But
it's always been like that. And then we got on you until you figured it out. Or until your team, opportunity. What is that saying? Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Mm-hmm. You need that eventually at some point. My guess is it'll turn around one day and we'll have a team good enough to win an NBA championship, even if it's happening organically. My guess is it will happen.
It's not just Ant though, bro.
Whoever it is. What team? Can I ask you a question? Okay, build a super team. I'm just saying.
I know. I mean,
redo Miami, Golden State, Boston. Redo it with the players in the league today. Who do you want to see?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Sure, but like, let's just
give me one, because like Jokic to me isn't a super team player.
No, but like that would be like Luka and Joker
and Giannis.
Why do you want to see that?
No, that's
why do you want to see that?
That's not what it was though. What was Wade considered around that time when LeBron?
He was the third or fourth best player in the league.
And what was Bosh?
Bosh was like top 15.
That
might be this OKC team next year.
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean no, man? The guy, you want to bet J-Dub averages 25 a game next year?
They're young.
You want to bet he averages 25 and is the best defender in the league next year? He was arguably the best defender in the league this year. He was first team all defense.
He won't be a top 5 player. Or top
he won't be
player.
a top 5, but they might have 3 guys in the top 15 though.
He might go down as the second best option in the league.
And how do you know for certain Jalen Williams ain't a top 8-9 player next year? How do you know for certain? Because if he comes in next year, averages 25, 5 and 5, the best defender in the league, arguably, that's a top 8 player in the league, bro.
I just don't like notching down some of these.
It's going to happen organically. We're going to get a super team. We just won't get it for a long time, but guess what? We've never had him for a long time. Yeah. KD was in Golden State for 4 years. LeBron was in Miami.
KD, you ruined it for everybody. That's all it is. You ruined it for everybody.
And this OKC team will have 4 years.
You ruined
That's what it is.
You ruined it for everybody.
Not everybody can be Magic getting carried to NBA championship. Michael Jordan playing bums and playing nobody and having 4 Hall of Famers on his own team.
Now it's time to go. Once we get to the point of the night where Michael Jordan
nobody. You ain't going to be Mike. You ain't going to play only 9 Hall of Famers in the NBA Finals while LeBron and Kobe were dealing with 30. And everybody ain't going to be Mike, man.
Episode 41 now is going to go and conclude. Thank you guys so much for watching. By the next time that we shoot an episode, I think we'll be right smack dab right in the middle.
You're going to let me go on a Michael Jordan tangent next time?
I don't want to do that, man.
Why not? Can I ask you a question before we go? Why are you so scared to put context on Mike? Why are you scared?
I'm not scared.
You are.
I don't.
You're scared.
I don't like.
You're scared. Say you're scared. Say you're scared.
I'm not saying I'm scared.
You're scared.
I'm not scared, bro.
You're scared.
No, I don't.
You're scared. You're scared.
Because I'm not.
You're scared.
Can I say? Can I tell you my answer? I am not willing to elevate LeBron James' greatness by deflating Michael Jordan. Because you want to know why?
It's not deflating. It's context.
Wait, because I don't believe that we have to do that.
It's context.
There's a lot of different ways of doing it without having to do that with Michael Jordan. Yeah, there is.
Oh, well, let's do it real quick.
We're not doing this.
MJ's the GOAT. Why do you think LeBron's the GOAT?
We're not doing this.
Just do it.
I'm not the guy to do that.
6-0.
I'm not the guy to do that. I'm not.
6-0.
Sure.
6-0.
Okay.
Now combat that with logic now.
I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing this.
MJ, you're the second greatest player of all time. You're top 2, but you're 2.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We're actually pulling up on 7,000 subscribers. We're about 30 away. The goal is 10,000 soon, so please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you continue commenting, liking, everything. We really appreciate it. Next episode will be right in the beginning of the Pacers and the OKC. Yeah, the Washington Wizards.
That's what we have?
We'll be right in the middle of OKC and the Pacers. And you know what I'm doing? I'm picking the Pacers to win the NBA championship.
Yeah, well, you're not.
I'm picking the Pacers to win the NBA championship.
I'm picking Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan lookalikes.
Oh, my God. I'm out of here, baby. Thank you guys so much.